Can you go from $60,000 worth of credit debt to a 788 credit score? If you're new to the channel, welcome. On here, we like to provide insight as to how you can achieve financial freedom with an emphasis in financial literacy. Today, I'm going to be discussing the 5 steps that took me from a pretty terrible credit score to the top tier range. So step 1, for you guys who do not already have credit cards, or for those of you trying to fix your credit because it's already been in a bad situation. In both situations, I would suggest starting off with a secured credit card. So this is when you can go to, a few of the banks out there or credit card companies, and you're gonna be giving a deposit for your credit limit. So you're gonna be putting up cash up front, and the credit card company or the issuer is going to be reserving that money as your credit limit. Now, the first step of trying to get your credit life on track is for the credit cards that you do currently have, or really any of the bills that you have that are tied to your credit. I would suggest putting those on automatic payment. And we all like to think that we're going to remember to do everything, but sometimes you just forget. You're only human, right? So I would suggest putting those things on an automatic payment schedule. That way you don't have to think about, when things are due. So this will pay dividends greatly because 35% of your credit score comes from your payment history. That's right, 35%. So make sure you get this right. So step 2, which helped me get a great credit score, was really monitoring my utilization. So your utilization accounts for 30% of your credit score, and that's determined by how much credit you're using versus how much credit you've been offered by the credit agencies. So conventional advice is to try to stay under 10% of credit utilage. I'd suggest staying under 5%. That's what I've been doing, and that's what helped me grow pretty quickly to try to get to the 800 range.
Okay, let's go to my credit score. Latest one is from the 11th of last month. Okay, so I'm sitting at a 788, which is pretty good. And I do that by keeping my overall credit usage down. So right now it's at 3%, and I suggest keeping it under 5%. So, at 788, I do get the preferred terms, so lower interest rates. I'm not required to put up as much of a down payment for a lot of things, those type of perks with that credit score. And I probably hover around there for a second because there's a few things that I'm trying to get into, but that's a good range to be around. So, keeping your overall credit usage down, and a great way to do that is to pay down your balances or pay off your balances prior to when the credit card company reports to the reporting agencies. So they'll see that consistently your credit usage is below 5%, and that'll boost your score tremendously.
So the third step is types of credit. So there's 2 types of credit. You have your revolving credit, and then you have your installment credits. So revolving would be credit cards, HELOCs, things of that nature. Installments would be mortgages, car notes. So try to create a mix for yourself. This accounts for 10% of your credit score, your FICO score. So step 4 that I paid attention to when trying to increase my credit score was the number of inquiries that was hitting my account. So for those of you who don't know, your credit inquiries, this accounts for 10% of your score. So make sure when you're going out there and applying for cards or applying for loans, that you're not just applying for anything and everything that's out there. Try to be clear and concise as far as what you want to apply for or who you're applying to. So don't let the number of inquiries that you're sending out balloon, and that will hurt your credit score. So the 5th step, which helped me increase my score, but it's probably the most difficult, is your age of history for your credit. So this accounts for 15% of your score, and it comes with time. So there's nothing you can really do to rush this process. You really just have to wait for things to fall off your credit. So it can be older inquiries, it can be late payments that you've had in the past, it can be charge-offs, those types of things. So that also comes with age of history. They want to see that you've been established as far as how long you've had credit usage or how long credit companies have been trusting you. So the greater the number of age of history of your credit, the better that's going to help your score. So the greatest amount of impact does begin after companies see that you've been consistent for a year. So that's consistently making on-time payments for a year. That's consistently keeping your utilization rate low. That's consistently making sure that you keep the different types of credit accounts open. So if you guys are able to do these things, you should be good in about a year or so. It didn't take me too long to get there, but it was a lot of work. Like I said, I had $60,000 worth of credit debt, and now as you guys have seen, $1,300, $1,200 around there. So it took a minute for me to get there, but I'm there now, and my score is where I would like it to be as of now with where I'm at. So a big thing that will help with really anything financial related and building your credit score, becoming financially free, is creating a very inclusive and supportive budget for your lifestyle. So I do have a resource that you guys can read over. It's an ebook. You can see it down in the description. You can check out that resource, and learn different ways of budgeting to kind of help increase what you're doing and how to make your financial situation a little bit better. This will help you, as far as maintaining low balances on your credit cards. You need a good budget in your lifestyle to help you have the excess cash to do that. So go ahead and check out the link in the description. So thank you guys for watching. As always, if you found value in the information I provided today, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell for future content that we may come out with. In the comments, just go ahead and drop notes about how you guys use nifty tricks or tips as far as fixing your credit. Thank you.